Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video I'll be walking you through on how to cut a hairline gown. Please kindly help me like this video, help me subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you can be notified when I drop more amazing content like this one. And to my returning subscribers, thanks for always watching my video, thanks for the love. And to my new subscribers, thanks for the love too, thanks for always watching my video and always paying attention to my videos. Thank you very much. Let's dive into the video. So to cut our hairline gown, we'll be needing our tape rule, our ruler, our chalk, and also our fabric. So this is an Ankara fabric I'll be using, and these are the measurements we'll be needing. We'll be needing our shoulder to nipple measurement, our shoulder to hip line, gown length, our hip round, our round bust, and also our round waist. So the first thing to do is to fold our Ankara fabric into two. As you can see, I've gone ahead to fold my Ankara fabric into two like this. And then what we'll be doing next is to take 1/2 inches at the tip of my fabric. That will be serving as my starting point where I'll be taking all my measurements from. So I'll be marking 1/2 inches like this, and then I'll use my ruler to connect the points together. So I'll connect it like this to make a straight line. So after doing that, the next thing I'll be doing is to take my shoulder measurement. For my shoulder measurement, I'll be using 14 inches. 14 divided by 2, that will give me 7 inches. So I'll just mark my 7 inches there like that. After that, I'll be taking my neck measurements. So for my neck width, I'll be using 3.5 inches. So I'll mark it there like this. I'll mark 3.5 inches there. And then for my neck depth, I'll be using 4 inches for my neck depth. You can use 3.5 inches or even more than that, depending on how wide you want the neck to be. So I'll be using 4 inches for my neck depth. And then I'll connect the 2 points together like this. As you can see, I'll connect both points together. Then after that, I'll be taking my shoulder slope. So for my shoulder slope, I'll be using 1 inches for my shoulder slope. So I'll be connecting that 1 inches to the other points, to my neck points. So I'll be connecting the 2 points together like this. So after that, I'll be taking my shoulder to nipple measurements. So for my shoulder to nipple measurements, I'll be using 9 inches. I'll mark the 9 inches there like this, and then I'll use my ruler to draw a straight line on the 9 inches. After that, I'll be taking my shoulder to half length measurement. So for my shoulder to half length, I'll be using 16 inches. So I'll mark the 16 inches there like this, and then I'll use my ruler to draw a straight line on it. Also, I'll be taking my shoulder to hip line measurements. So for my shoulder to hip line, I'll be using 25 inches for my shoulder to hip line. So I'll mark the 25 inches there like this, and yours can be 23 inches. So I'll be using 25 inches for mine. So I'll mark it there like this, and then I'll use my ruler to draw a straight line on the points. Also from my shoulder, I'll be taking my shoulder to gown length. So I'll be shifting my fabric up a little bit like this so you can see what I want to do there. So I'll place my tape rule on my shoulder line, and then I'll be taking my gown length measurements. So for my gown length, I'll be using 37 inches. So I'll mark the 37 inches there like this, and then I'll use my ruler to draw a straight line. So after doing all that, I'll be shifting my fabric back so you can see what next I'll be doing. So from my shoulder to nipple measurements, my nipple line, I'll be going up by 1.5 inches. I'll mark it there like this, 1.5 inches to get our armhole line. So I'll be using my ruler to draw a straight line on the 1.5 inches. After that, I'll be connecting my shoulder slope to the armhole line. So I'll be making a straight line like this to join the point I made. So on my armhole line, whatever I have there, I'll divide it by 2. So I'll be placing my tape rule on it like this, and then fold my tape into 2 to get the midpoint. So I'll just mark it there like this, and then from that point I'll be going in by half an inch. I'll mark the half inches there like that. So from my shoulder slope to my armhole line, I'll connect the points together to make a curve. I'll connect the points together like this. After that, I'll be taking my bust round measurements. For my bust round, I'll be using 36 inches. So I'll divide 36 inches by 4. I'll fold my tape rule into 4 like this, as you can see. So that gave me 9 inches. 9 inches. So I'll be placing my tape rule on my armhole line and then mark the 9 inches there. So after marking it there like that, I'll be adding extra 1.5 inches for sewing allowance. I'll be marking the same 9 inches on my nipple point too, and then I'll be adding extra 1.5 inches too for the sewing allowance. So after that, I'll be going over to my waist. So for my waist, I'll be using 30 inches. So 30 divided by 4, I'll fold my tape rule like this. That will give me 7.5 inches. So you'll be folding your tape rule like this as I am doing, or you can use your phone to divide the measurements. So that gave me 7.5 inches. So I'll be marking the 7.5 inches there like this, and then I'll be adding extra 1.5 inches. After that, I'll be going over to my hips. You know, for normal A-line gown is always free, but I don't want my own to be so free because I'll be using zip at the back of it. So for my hip line, I'll be using 38 inches. So 38 inches divided by 4, that gave me 9.5 inches. So I'll be marking the 9.5 inches and then add extra 1.5 inches for sewing allowance. So after that, I'll be connecting the points together. I'll be connecting my bust measurements to my waist and also to my hip line. So I'll be connecting both points together like this, and then I'll connect to my hip. So from my hip up to the length of the gown, it will be straight. I won't be making it pencil. You know, if you want to cut a normal gown, it will be pencil at the down part, but this one, because it's a hairline gown, it will be straight from my hip all the way to the length of my gown. After doing that, the next thing I'll be doing is to cut it out. So as I was cutting, I noticed that I didn't have folding allowance at the down part of my gown length. You know, I measured 37 inches for the length, so I'm supposed to add extra 2 inches for the folding in of the down parts. So I'll be adding the extra 2 inches from the 37 inches I measured. So I'll measure 2 inches and then use my ruler to draw a straight line on it. After that, I'll cut it out. So this is it for the front part. I'll be folding it aside and then we'll be drafting the back parts. So my remaining fabric, I'll be folding it into two like this. I'll make sure I fold it very well. You make sure you fold enough to cut out the back part because we'll be adding zipper allowance to the back parts. So we'll be using 1.5 inches for our zipper allowance. So I'll measure it, make sure it's 1.5 inches I have there. As you can see, it's 1.5 inches I have there. So for the back depth, we'll be using 2 inches. You know, I used 4 inches for the depth of the front part. So for the back, I'll be using 2 inches. So from the shoulder part of the front side, I'll measure the 2 inches from there and then make a curve for the back part too. So after doing that, you know, I used 7 inches for my shoulder. So that 7 inches I used, I'll be measuring that 7 inches for my back. And also I went in by half an inch at the front parts. So for the back part, I won't be going in by half an inch. I'll be using that exact 7 inches. I hope you understand that part. So I'll just connect it together like this to my armhole line, and then I'll be tracing out both the sides part. I'll be tracing out everything on my back fabric. I'll be tracing them out like this. So after tracing it out like this, I'll be putting the front side aside so I can be able to cut out the back parts, and then I'll open the zip part too. So this is it after I was done cutting the back parts. I'll be putting the front parts together with the back part aside so I can be able to draft out the sleeve. So as you can see, I don't have so much fabric left, so I had to manage it to be able to cut out the sleeves. So for the sleeve, I'll be folding my fabric into two like this, just as I folded the front part of the clothes. I'll fold it into two. So I'll be using 9 inches for the length of my sleeve. I'll mark 9 inches like this, and then I'll use my ruler to draw a straight line on that. So after doing that, I'll be adding allowance for the folding of the sleeve. So I'll be adding 2 inches allowance. So I'll be marking the 2 inches there like this. After that, I'll be using my ruler to draw a straight line on it. So I'll go ahead to take my cap sleeve length. So for my cap sleeve, I'll be using 4 inches, and you can use 4.5 inches if you want. So I'll be marking the 4 inches there like this, and then use my ruler to draw a straight line on it. So the next thing to do is to take my round sleeve. So for my round sleeve, I'll be using 7 inches. So I'll mark the 7 inches there like this, and then add 1.5 inches for sewing allowance. So after that, from the tip of my fabric, I'll just connect it to the cap sleeve line. I'll just cuff it like this to meet the 7 inches. I'll cuff it like this, as you can see. So after that, I'll be taking the round of my sleeve length. So I'll be using 6.5 inches, and then I'll add extra 1.5 inches to it. So I'll be connecting the points together. I'll connect it with my ruler like this, and then I'll be cutting it out. After that, I'll be folding the remaining fabric to cut out the other part of the sleeves. So the first sleeve I cut out, I'll place it on the remaining fabric to be able to cut out the other side of the sleeve. So that's it for the drafting of the sleeve. So for the remaining fabric, I'll be using it to cut out facing for the front part and also facing for the back parts. So I'll be cutting facing for the back part first. So I'll fold my fabric into two like this, and then place my back on it to cut out the facing. So I'll place the back on it like this. I'll arrange it well, and then I'll use my scissors to cut it out. So this is it for the facing of the back. We'll be cutting out the facing for the front. I'll fold my fabric into two and also place it on the folded fabric just as I did for the back. So I'll be cutting it out with my scissors. So this is the facings for the front part too, as you can see. So here we've come to the end of the cutting of this tutorial. So for the sewing, I'll be doing that in my next tutorial. Please kindly help me like this video, help me subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you can be notified when I drop more amazing content like this. And to my returning subscribers, thank you for always watching my videos. For my new subscribers, thanks for always watching my videos too. I'll see you in my next one, and be expecting the tutorial for the sewing. Thank you.